Hello, hello. Welcome to today's Pick a Card reading. For today, we are going to be taking a look at what you need to let go of. Now, I just want to place a gentle reminder that this is a general reading, so please do not feel upset with any of the messages you hear today and only take what truly resonates. Okay, guys? So we have 3 piles. We have pile number 1 with the orange calcite, pile number 2 with the angelite, and pile number 3 with the smoky quartz. Now feel free to pause the video here and find the pile that calls out the most to you. Then, when you've found your pile, go down in the description box and pick the corresponding timestamp, and then we can hop right into your reading. Okay, can't wait to see you guys there. Hi, pile number 1. If you picked this stone and this card, then this is your reading. Okay, let's hop into it. What do you need to let go of? I'm sort of getting a little bit of 2 messages here. The first message is that I'm getting the sense that you put on a strong face. You are somebody who sometimes you might carry a lot of burdens on your back, and you carry them well in the sense that nobody around you knows just how much what you're going through is affecting you, and you seem like you can bear the weight on your back. But what I'm seeing for you, pile number 1, is that you don't always need to put on a strong face. And I think that in a way, and this is now leading into the second message, this actually disconnects you from your true self, and it actually causes you a lot more heartache than maybe you're even fully aware of. I am getting the sense that you are not always connected to how certain things are affecting you and how certain things are making you feel. And what Spirit is urging that you let go of is the need to always be strong and to carry the weight of the world on your back. The need to do things alone and to be the one who can do it all and not needing anyone else. And what Spirit wants you to know is that this actually holds you back a lot more than you're fully aware of, because I think that it disconnects you to how you're truly feeling, and it also kind of disconnects you, I feel like, from your most authentic self. And I feel like in order for you to truly thrive, to truly prosper, and to really reach your goals, I think you're going to have to let go of this need to be the one who can do everything all by themselves all the time. I am getting the sense that you are a very strong person and that you have gone through a lot. This could have been heartbreak after heartbreak. This could have been maybe people turning on you. This could even be maybe a failed opportunity or some sort of rejection. But Spirit wants you to know that you don't have to carry that with you and you don't have to hold it back. I think you would actually benefit a lot if you were more connected with the way that you feel and not so concerned about always being strong. I think that you are naturally a very strong person. I don't think you need to try to be strong. And I think maybe the reason why you hold yourself back in expressing how you really feel sometimes, or maybe carrying a lot of burden on your shoulders because you think you have to. And Spirit is making it very clear that you do not. So I'm actually going to clear this up, and I'm going to lay down some cards that will give you a little bit of insight as to what will happen once you are able to fully let this go. Okay, pile number 1, so this is what will come towards you once you let this go. So I'm seeing that whatever you are wishing for right now, I'm getting the sense that there is a goal that you do have right now. Now, this could be anything. This could be having a better job. For some of you, it could be moving. But I'm seeing that you are trying to manifest something. You're trying to call something forth. And I think that once you heal this part of yourself, the part of yourself that needs to be strong, that needs to do it all alone. And, even, for some of you, it might be that you are carrying other burdens and taking responsibility where you don't need to. I'm seeing that whatever it is that you are calling forth will come through so much more easier when you let this go. Now, I am seeing for some of you that a big issue for you right now might be boundaries. You might have people in your life who depend on you for certain things, and maybe because you are not really connected to how you're feeling and how certain situations affect you, you allow them to depend on you. And I get the sense that maybe there's a part of you that feels that you need to. Maybe part of you enjoys helping other people, but I think there is a part of you that almost feels that you need to be the person that everyone can depend on. And I'm seeing that when you let this go, this need to be strong and to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, you will be establishing better boundaries. And I think how this is going to affect your ability to manifest and to pull things through is you're not going to be giving your energy to other sources constantly, whether it's, people leaning on you for, financial support, emotional support, or maybe they just ask a lot of you. And I see that once you pull the energy back and establish those boundaries, what's going to happen is you're going to be able to put more energy on the thing that you're trying to manifest. I'm seeing you're very powerful, number one. And you can actually, I think the reason why you're able to make it seem as though it is fine for you to hold the weight of the world on your shoulders is because you actually are capable of doing a lot. And I think that you would get much farther if you use some of that and you focus it on yourself and you focus it on creating more abundance for yourself. And, it doesn't mean that you have to be, selfish and you not care about anybody else. Of course not. You can be kind and still, set boundaries. I'm seeing that if you set those boundaries in place and you are able to call forth, I'm seeing that for some of you, this is just abundance. I can picture like a couple different scenarios of what you might be trying to call forth. For some of you, it is a living space. For some of you, it might just be maybe like a different not brand of life, but almost like I'm getting the sense that for some of you, whatever it is you're trying to call forth is going to impact multiple areas of your life. I'm seeing that once you let this go, it will almost be like a leveling up. Like I feel like multiple areas of your life are going to change. For some of you, that's going to involve a new job, a new relationship, a new living space, but it's going to be multiple areas of your life. And I'm seeing that you're actually going to be doing some major healing once you let this go. I feel like, if this is resonating for you, if this is something you've struggled with, carrying a lot of weight on your shoulders and having to put up a strong face, I feel like this is something that you maybe have struggled with since maybe you were even a child. Like, I'm getting that this is some deep-seated healing that is coming forth for you right now. And I think that for some of you, this could even be representative of healing a negative mindset around money. Some of you might think that you have to work extremely hard in order to, reap a lot of financial reward. And, this was even something that I thought for a while, and I've recently learned that this is not true. Of course, you should put your whole heart and soul into the things that you work on. And, of course, everything you put into life is what is reflected back. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to put much effort. Some things can, you can receive reward for something that feels effortless, So I'm seeing that you might be healing some negative mindsets around money. I'm seeing one of the issues is that you often, whenever, and this might not even also just be about money, this could be when you're facing any problem, you will almost sometimes intentionally try and solve everything on your own. So maybe this, I am seeing you stepping a little more into your feminine, you know, around this area of like, it could be money, but this could also be like getting work done. But for me, the Pentacles, that is what that energy is sort of representing. And I'm seeing that with the Queen of Pentacles, you're stepping into a phase of your life where you are more than fulfilled. I'm trying to find the right words to say this. You will be more than comfortable. You will be more than supported. Like, I feel like you are stepping into this energy of not feeling like you need to work so hard, right, to then receive the bare minimum, but instead being able to open yourself up to receiving blessings and to receiving abundance. I feel like for a lot of you, this does have to do with the material sense of wealth. I'm seeing that that is something you're trying to call forth right now. But I'm seeing that this is also going to have just a major impact on the way that you move through life. You are no longer going to be in this Five of Pentacles energy, pile number one. You know, somebody like kind of like begging, you know? But you are going to now step into this Queen of Pentacles. So that's really beautiful, pile number one. I'm so proud of you. I'm going to pull a few more cards on how to let go of this, and we will be right back. Okay, so this is the advice that Spirit has for you, pile number one, on how to let go of this. So basically, I'm seeing first up very clearly that having a space that's all your own is very important in order for you. It will make letting go of this so much more easier. I'm seeing for some of you that maybe you live with people, or maybe certain people have access to you on a very regular basis that maybe makes it hard for you to draw boundaries, right? For example, if it's maybe roommates you're living with, or a family you're living with, or maybe this is even like, you know, people that you see every single day, you know, at work, or whatever the case might be for you, pile number one. I'm seeing that you need to create space where you can sort of exist away from the thoughts and opinions of others, a safe space for yourself to just explore what it is to be with your own energy and to sit with that. I'm seeing that, you know, and this might be hard for some of you to hear, because I am seeing that you guys are givers and you guys, you know, do want to do good by others. But I think that you need to start thinking about how to serve your own well-being. You know, it's a beautiful thing to want to help others and to want to be there for others and be somebody that everyone can rely on. But if you cannot rely on yourself, then is it truly even worth it? You know, I think that you need to start pouring your power into yourself, into your own energy, into your own desires. And it's not going to be, you know, easy for you, pile number one. I'm seeing that very clearly, but I do believe that you are capable of it. I'm also seeing very clearly that you need to stop believing that you aren't enough in some shape or form. I think that maybe that's why you drive yourself so hard, is because you think that you on your own, that you aren't enough to receive massive blessing, which is so not true. I think that you are more than worthy of abundance. I think that, you know, a lot of people have this problem, so it's completely normal. But it's something I heard one time. You know, I believe it was Aaron Dowdy who said this. But you know, he was comparing it to a baby. A baby doesn't have to tell themselves that they're worthy and that they receive love. They're worthy and they receive love because they exist. And that is the same thing for you, pile number one. I'm also seeing that you need to just allow yourself to be. If there are people around you who maybe make you feel limited, or make you feel like you shouldn't be doing certain things, or you shouldn't live your life a certain way, I'm seeing that you need to find ways to just express yourself, and just be more true to yourself. I think that the more you stop giving power to other people's thoughts and opinions of what you should be doing, and the more that you allow yourself to just be who you want to be, like the stuff you want to like, wear the stuff you want to wear, and and just show up every single day as yourself, I think that all of this other stuff will become much easier for you. Because I feel like part of the reason why you don't feel like you're enough, or you don't give enough attention to your own desires, or you don't create enough boundaries, is because you're told that maybe you shouldn't be a certain way, that you need to always give your time to other people in order to be a good person. And that is just not true, pile number one. I'm seeing that once you do gain abundance, and once you do gain this success, I am seeing you as a generous person. I am seeing you, it's like that thing. It's like when you're putting on your oxygen mask, put on yours first and then help the person next to you. You can't truly love somebody or have somebody rely on you or be of any real help to somebody if you're drowning. You know what I mean? So being yourself is going to be very important. And I also think you need to connect a little more with your higher self. I feel like the more you get in touch with who you truly are, pile number one, and not just like in the sense of expressing yourself, but also just getting in touch with your spirit and really getting to the core of your essence. I think that once you do that, it's going to be easier to make decisions that are more aligned with who you are. I feel like the biggest problem is that maybe you're so disconnected from yourself because you're so in service of others. And it's a beautiful thing to want to help others, but you help others the most just by being yourself, pile number one. Also, with this card, I feel like the more connected you are to your higher self, the more that you will have awareness of how certain situations affect you, and then you can better handle them, right? You won't be, I think something that really slows you down more than you're even aware of is that you're not very connected to how certain situations make you feel. And because you hold on to pain and you choose not to show this side of yourself, and you don't even really let yourself acknowledge it, it holds you, it adds more friction to your movement. And I feel like that is why sometimes when you're manifesting things, it might seem slow, or when you're trying to get progress on something, it might not seem like things quite work out the way that you planned it, because I feel like there's a lot of friction in your energy, right? I feel like you're very powerful, pile number one, but you hold yourself back a lot in service of others. And that's why I think the more connected you are to your higher self, your most authentic self, you will be able to move with less friction. And I think that this is going to help you manifest your goals with much more ease. All right, that was your reading, pile number one. I hope you liked it. And if you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more readings in the future. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night or whenever you're seeing this. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, pile number two. So if you picked this stone and this card, then this is gonna be your reading. Okay, so I'm immediately getting off the bat that you guys, it's giving perfectionist vibes, or even like a fear of failure. I think that what you need to let go of, pile number two, is this need to always have the answers, always know what you're doing. I think that from the energy that's coming off on these cards, I feel like you're somebody who likes not only knowing what you're doing, because everybody likes to know what they're doing, but I think you're somebody who sometimes can be so fixed on the prize or the goal that you're almost afraid to even start working towards it, because it's really uncomfortable for you to be in a position where you feel like you're not good at something. And what I'm getting is that there is a new transition, okay, that is on the horizon for you. You are meant to move towards doing something, and it's going to take you out of your comfort zone, pile number 2, and you're going to have to be a beginner. I'm seeing that I am getting the sense that it will involve some sort of work. If this isn't in regards to your work or business, then maybe it's, maybe doing self-work and like doing personal work on yourself. Maybe it's a relationship that you want. But I am seeing that whatever it is you want, it will take work, it will take effort, and it will take trial and error. I feel that there is a need to go through a bit of a learning process before you can get to that next level, that transition, that change. And what I'm seeing for you, pile number 2, is that you're the kind of person who gets really caught up in the details. For example, if it's like a new skill you're picking up, you might be like a perfectionist. You might nitpick, your work and nitpick your talent and nitpick your skill. And then you might get into this sort of limiting thought cycle of, is this even right for me? Do I even know what I'm doing? And I think that Spirit's big message to you here is that you need to get out of your own way, and you need to allow yourself to be a beginner, In this card it says open-mindedness, objectivity, and learning. I think that the best approach for you right now when it comes to any goal or anything that you're trying to pursue is allow yourself to be a learner, be a beginner, and be objective in judging your work, right? Not everything that you do has to be perfect, right? You can, and also, not only does it not have to be perfect, sorry if you hear sirens going in the background, but not only does it not have to be perfect, but you also don't have to take it personally if you fail, I think that what needs to be normalized is failure, because I feel like we have this perception as a society that if you fail at something, then that's it, you're not good enough, and you should just quit. And I think that what a lot of people would actually be surprised to find out is that most people who succeed, they have to fail a number of times before they get to that success, right? That is part of the learning process. Failure should be like a very accepted experience, in the sense that like it doesn't mean anything about you personally, and failing is the only way you know what not to do or how to move forward and how to move differently. So I guess what I'm getting for you is that you need to be a little more objective when it comes to your work, when it comes to whatever it is you're working on, and know that if you fail, if you trip up, if you make a mistake, that it's okay. I think you would actually do well to get to know yourself and get to know maybe why it is that failure scares you so much. I know for me, this was actually something recently that I had to work through a lot. It was a personal issue, and it was something that I had to sit with myself, and I had to intentionally put myself out there. I had to put myself on the line, and I had to risk failure multiple times in order for me to come to the conclusion that it's not something worth being afraid of, because all it does is just hold you back. I feel like you're fixed on some sort of goal, pile number 2, and I think that, maybe you see this goal as being far away, or maybe you're looking at the whole goal or the whole bigger picture, and it feels overwhelming, and then you sort of maybe stop yourself because it seems like it's too much work or it's too much to do, and you feel like you can't do anything. And what Spirit wants to really clearly say to you is that this transition is meant for you. This is the direction you're meant to grow in. I feel like a lot of you will already know what transition I'm talking about. I'm seeing that this is a change that maybe you've wanted to make for a while, or maybe you just recently were made aware of this change. But I'm seeing that this was something that you really do want, but maybe it seems like it's too large of a mountain for you to climb. And Spirit wants you to know that you need to take it one step at a time. You can't expect yourself to be perfect overnight. Expect that you're going to have to work up to it, right? Expect that you're going to have to face your fears. Expect that you might have to fail a couple of times. You know what I mean? There has to be some sort of trial and error, but that doesn't mean that it isn't worth it. And I think that this change is something that will bring you so much happiness and so much abundance, pile number 2. So that is the message of what you need to let go. I'm going to clear the space, and I'm going to pull some cards on what will happen if you let this go. Okay? See you in a bit. Wow, pile number 2. So I just pulled your cards on what would happen if you let this go, and I am seeing massive leaps of growth for you. For a lot of you, I'm also seeing you finding a new community, a new group of friends, or not even necessarily finding like a new group of friends, but I just feel like you are going to show your real self to the world. I don't know what it is. It's like maybe more people will be able to see you for who you are, and they're going to really resonate with it. I think that, and what this is sort of telling me too, is that I feel like a part of why you hold yourself back and you are maybe afraid to fail, I think part of that is because you're afraid that people won't accept you. And what I think is so funny is that once you stop being afraid to fail, I think people are going to accept you probably more than you've ever known acceptance and love in your entire life. Like I'm just seeing you finding your people. It's really beautiful, pile number 2. I'm also seeing that your confidence is going to go through the roof. When you allow yourself to fail, allow yourself to know that it's okay to fail, and to, keep it pushing, and it's okay so long as you use that experience and you learn from it. I think it's going to make you so much more confident in yourself. Like, I'm almost seeing this like daring energy. And I think it's also going to make people more attractive to you. You're going to become somebody who starts manifesting a lot of abundance. And I think another thing is that once you drop this fear of failure and you allow yourself to just fully leap towards your goals and to just give it your all, I think another thing is that you are going to realize some natural hidden talents. Like, you are going to realize that you are so much better at something than you thought you were. And I think that's what's going to give you this confidence, is that you are going to tell yourself, hey, it's okay to fail. You're going to learn along the way. You're going to get better along the way. And then as you're getting better, you're realizing like, wait, no, I'm actually good at this. Like I actually have a skill for this. And then it's going to make you more confident, because this thing that you never thought you'd be able to do, you're going to do it, and you're going to be a total badass. Like, I'm just seeing that you're going to do it so well. I'm also seeing that something that will come is, I feel that once you let go of this fear of failure, or this fear of like not do, that's what I really think it is it's a fear of failure. And I feel like once you let it go, you are going to see like momentum. You are going to see results. It's going to come through. Now, I don't know how long it will take you to get over the fear of failure. Personally, for me, it took me sort of a year to, no, not a year. That's an exaggeration. Maybe like 8 months. It took me 8 months to get over my fear of failure. So, definitely to each their own. For you, it might take a lot shorter, amounts of time, but I do want to make it clear that like this probably wouldn't, for some of you, this wouldn't be a change that would just happen overnight. You can't just snap your fingers and then stop being afraid. But I think the moment that you really do overcome this fear, you're going to see massive progress. It's going to be almost like the momentum will increase like by a crazy amount. I can't even explain the energy here. It's really incredible, pile number 2. I'm also seeing that you will be able to, once you like let go of that need for perfection and the fear of failure, you're also going to be able to think more clearly. Like you're going to see, and it's really only going to become obvious to you once you let go of that fear, but you're going to see how like muddled your thinking was before. Like how complicated you made things for no reason. Like I feel like one of the reasons why you're going to see massive progress is because once you let go of that fear and once you let go of the need for perfection, you're just going to, the solutions are going to be right in front of you. And if you fail, you're going to be like, okay, cool. Next, like it's going to get so much more, like much simpler. Yeah, it's crazy. Like just the amount of energy here, it's just so amazing. And I'm so excited for you, pile number 2, because I think you're going to accomplish some really wonderful, awesome, amazing things. So I'm so happy. I'm also seeing that whatever it is you're meant to do, it is so unique to you. I'm seeing that it either is going to have to do with your creativity, or it's just going to be like a profession or a goal that is so specific to you. Like you are, like it's something that's really meant for you. And I think that's why you are meant to overcome this fear of failure, because I think that, you know, this fear is keeping you back from doing something that is so aligned with who you really are. And, you know, I feel like once you get over it, you are just gonna, I mean, like I said, you're gonna kick ass. Like it's gonna be amazing. I'm seeing that you're gonna have to put in a lot of work, definitely. You know, it is definitely something that is going to be a process, but it's worth every single second. It's gonna bring you so much abundance, so much confidence, so much success. It's going to bring you newfound connections, and maybe even, you know, you connecting with the most authentic version of yourself, pile number 2. So I'm so happy for you. I'm going to clear the space and I'm going to pull some cards on how you can let go. All right, pile number 2. So this is the advice Spirit has on how to let go. So first up, I'm seeing that you need to take your overthinking tendencies out of the equation. Now, I'm seeing that for a lot of you, this is the majority of what's holding you back. I feel like you get in your head and you sort of like, you know, harshly examine yourself as you're moving along in your process. So I think you need to get out of your head and just focus on doing, you know. I'll give you an example, actually. I used to have a big fear around making videos, and what I had to start doing in order to actually get content out was I just had to start making the videos. And I would tell myself, you know, I don't care if this is bad. If this is bad, I will not post this. I'll look back in it when I'm editing and I'll make the decision then. For right now, I'm just gonna do. So I took the thought out of it and I just did. So I think that what Spirit is saying is that you need to simplify your process, right? I think that you should focus on just doing and not really thinking, is this right? What are people going to think? You know, do I really want to do? No, just do what comes naturally to you, okay? I think another thing that's going to help you, pile number 2, is having a gratitude practice. And this kind of ties in with abundance. So I'm seeing that one of the things you are trying to call forth into your life right now is more abundance. For some of you, this might be specifically financial abundance, but what Spirit wants you to recognize is that you are already so abundant. And I think that what is going to help you recognize this is by having a gratitude practice. And once you recognize that you already are abundant and you start feeling that current energy in your present life, you are going to attract more abundance. Like attracts like, right? So if you are able to get in this energy, it's going to help you attract so much more, pile number 2. I'm also seeing that this is not necessarily meant to be a time of crazy progress towards your goals. Like, I'm seeing that you need to rest. You need to do some reflecting. You need to do some healing. I think that, you know, once you do heal this, once you do move forward from this, I am seeing massive leaps of progress, but I feel like you should know right now that now is a good time to not expect crazy results and to just rest and to just nurture yourself, nurture your soul. And I think the more you rest and restore yourself and like really fill up your own cup, I think the more you do that, the more you're gonna get in how do I want to say this? The more you're gonna get in tune with what you want to do, right? If you are in an energy of being receptive, of resting, of not trying to push yourself too hard, you're going to be able to let ideas and let creation flow out of you so much more easy. I'm also seeing for you that your sacral chakra, for some of you, might need some work. So definitely meditate on that. I'm seeing that, you know, the more in tune you are with yourself and your desires, the easier it'll get for you to bring forth those creations and those desires. Yeah, pile number 2. I just think that this is going to bring you so much growth, and it's going to take you so much more closer to your goals. Be easy on yourself. Don't try to be too much of a perfectionist and allow your creations to come through. I think you'll find that you are much better and much more capable than maybe you feel you are. So that is your reading, pile number 2. I hope you liked it, and if you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more readings in the future. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye! Hi, pile number 3. So if you chose this stone and this card, then this is going to be your reading. Now, I'm so sorry if you hear sirens. I don't know why, but today New York is extra loud. But here is your reading on what do you need to let go of. Now, I'm seeing very clearly, pile number 3, that you are somebody who takes a lot of action towards your goals. You're very action orientated, and I think that you have a lot of goals. You have a lot of things that you're trying to make happen, and almost this energy feels very similar to literally the energy of the sun. It's just a very bright energy, but I'm seeing what Spirit is sort of asking that you let go of, pile number 3, is maybe the need to always be doing something. Now, if you're not necessarily working towards a goal, then you might be somebody who's just really restless and just always feels the need to be doing something. But pile number 3, Spirit is asking that you actually turn within. I think there's a lot of insight that you could be gaining right now. If this is about a goal that you are trying to manifest, I think that there's something that only by going within and really taking time to rest, I'm seeing that only by doing that can you really get to like the next stage or the next level. And I think that you might be somebody who's afraid to stop doing, to stop working, or to sit still. I'm seeing that you're going through a transition right now, and you're meant to be moving forward from where you're at right now and actually to be progressing and leveling up, but part of that is going to be you turning inward and reflecting. So that is what Spirit is asking you to let go of. Now I'm going to clear the space and I'm going to pull some more cards on what will happen if you are able to let go. Wow, pile number 3. The messages for this group could not be coming through any more clearer. I am seeing that when you stop and when you take time to go inwards, I'm seeing that you're gonna recognize it. For some of you, it's gonna be a limiting belief. For some of you, it's going to be you getting in touch with maybe what was really motivating you to take restless action. Whatever it is, you are going to start getting in touch with some deep-seated fears and maybe some deep-seated attachments. And what's interesting is that what this is telling me right now is that you are, maybe at times you're not fully aware of what's guiding you. And I think that if you take this time to take a step back from doing the work or from, doing something, I'm not sure what exactly it is you're doing, but if you take time to rest and go inwards and gain that insight, I think it's going to actually free you in a way that you weren't even aware that you weren't free before. Because I think that the reason why, okay, this message will only apply to some of you, but if you're trying to manifest something right now and you're doing a lot of work but you're not seeing massive results, this could actually be something that is getting in the way of that. You might have a limiting belief or like a deep-seated fear that is actually sort of putting off your manifestations. So I'm seeing that once you let go of the need to always be on and to always be working, and when you take that step back and you rest and you gain that insight, you are going to recognize maybe one, where you were having too much attachment or maybe what limiting beliefs or fears were going on in your head, but two, you're also going to be able to like heal those beliefs and be able to trust the universe a little more. I'm seeing that there is so much success, for your future. I'm seeing specifically a lot of family success, a lot of relationship success. And this is about calling forth a new relationship, maybe settling down for some of you. For some of you, it's going to be joining a community, moving homes, whatever it is. I'm seeing that it's going to take you to take a step back, because I feel like there might be there's something right now in your energetic field that's holding you back. And I feel like once you gain that insight, you're going to see much more clearly. So that is what you can gain if you are able to let go. I'm going to pull some cards on how to let go and how to move forward, and we will be right back. Okay, pile number 3. So this is going to be your advice on how to let go and how to move forward. Guys, I can't make this up. Literally, it says reflect, and what has Spirit been saying all reading is that you need to take a second to step back, go inwards, and reflect. And I'm seeing that for you, this might actually come through the form of getting away from your day-to-day life or stepping out of your routine. I'm seeing that in step out of your comfort zone and create sacred space. I feel like you need to go somewhere where maybe it takes you just out of your every day-to-day life. So for some of you, this might be like, if you have the privilege to, go on a vacation, take a step away from your day-to-day life. For some of you, if you live by maybe a body of water, like a river or a lake, and you can go, or maybe for some of you, it might be like hiking. Like I'm seeing you needing to go to a setting that you might not regularly go to. And I feel like whatever it is that you reflect on, or whatever it is whatever is your next step, I feel like your intuition is going to be the thing that guides you there. I feel like you already know what needs to be healed. It's just a matter of sitting and actually having that conversation with yourself. Because I think that you're sort of in this energy of like, I have to keep going. And Spirit wants you to know that you are free, you are safe. You do not need to force yourself to keep pushing if you feel like you do need to take a step back, you know? If there is something that maybe you feel like you need to learn more, you feel like you need to realign with your goals, whatever that might be, Spirit wants you to know that you are free to do that. Do not feel chained to always being on the move, to always going. I know that for some of us, you know, especially those of us who maybe part of our job requires that we're always on the move, we're always going. It could be harder to take a step back, but if you can, pile 3, please, I think it would be very helpful for you to actually find some time where you could be alone with your thoughts. If you can't find that in your everyday to day life, then I think that this is something that maybe you can find in, you know, maybe it's an activity you go and do, like for example, I said hiking, maybe it's a vacation that you can plan, you know, maybe it's just sitting, you know, in nature and you know, maybe going to a lake or a river if you have one near you. I feel like being by yourself, being by nature, and also being maybe in a meditative state will be really helpful with letting go and being able to move forward on your path. Okay, pile number 3, that is your reading. I am wishing you the best of luck, and I hope you liked it. If you did, make sure to leave a like down below and subscribe for more readings in the future. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night or whenever you're seeing this, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!